Hello there. It is time. It is 5:15, January 5th, 2015, and welcome to the premiere of 15 Minutes of Frame. I'm your host, Nick Frame, aka Narat, and this show is a look at the world of video games with news, opinion pieces, hopefully a bit of humor. First show's probably going to be a little rough, but we'll improve. That's the whole point. For those of you watching live on Twitch, welcome. And those of you who aren't watching live, hopefully you're catching the archives either here on Twitch or I'll have them up on YouTube. I've got a channel there, Framed Games, so good stuff, good stuff. Big item in the news, of course, in the world of video games, if you've been on Twitch, is AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick. It's dominating Twitch, but for those of you who don't know what it's about, I've got a bit of a rundown. First off, from their website, Games Done Quick is a biannual charity gaming marathon. Volunteers play games at incredible speed, or speed running, for entertainment. They have it misspelled on their website. That's not good. The event is streamed live online, non-stop, and all donations go directly to the charity. This is the winter event with a summer event starting around July, which is also a lot of fun. Now, AGDQ is a joint production between two different groups, Speed Demos Archive and Speed Runs Live. They're two different speedrunning organizations. All of the AGDQ proceeds are going to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and that includes donations to the stream, that includes Twitch subscriptions and ad revenue, and they're sending all of their subscription and ad revenue. Twitch isn't taking any of it. So far from the stream donations alone, they're almost up to 200,000. I think they were at 180,000 last I checked, maybe not quite that much. They also have partnerships with Humble Bundle, the Yeti, a few other online retailers. Last I heard, they were over 250,000 altogether, and I think they're probably far past that. The event started yesterday, and it's continuing through the 10th, so there's plenty of time to get in on the action over there. And just as a point of reference, I am hosting AGDQ when I'm not broadcasting, so you can definitely stick around here after the show if you want to check out the speedrunners, especially if you want to avoid the 100k person main chat. There's a lot of people in there and sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. On the opposite side of gaming, World of Warcraft turned 10 back in November, and time is quickly running out to grab the 10th anniversary rewards. They're deactivating, I think they might be deactivated in Europe. I know they're deactivating here in the States early tomorrow morning. Just logging in nets you a Molten Corgi companion pet. And if you've made it to level 100, you can pug your way through a special level 100 Molten Core for a Corehound mount and a special helm. And there's a couple other rewards if RN Jesus really loves you. I didn't do so hot. It's really random chance as to your groups. I managed to get through with a pretty good group, but I also tried a few times with some really terrible groups. Killing all the hounds at the same time is a hard concept for people. Lastly, lastly I'm going to go into game releases. Before I do that, next show is going to be Hi, Cat. We're doing this live. One of the things to look forward to is this is going to be a tri-weekly show. You can go over there. Next show will be Wednesday, which is the 7th, again at the same time. Basically, I'll hope to have a bit more content. Things are still a little new for me. I'm trying to figure out how long it takes to do each little segment. I could use your feedback as to what you'd like me to cover. If you'd rather more opinion pieces, more actual gaming news. I'm going to have some game releases here coming up. If you want me to do game reviews, I can try. I don't have access to a lot of the newest games. I have to wait a bit. But really, I want to make this. I want to make this your show. So if you're watching on YouTube, leave me a comment there. If you're watching on Twitch, either send me a Twitch message, hit me up on Twitter. Due to the format of the show, I generally am not going to be able to pay attention to Twitch chat during the show. But I can go back and look through that and answer questions after the show. Really, what I'm trying to do with this show is not really a New Year's resolution so much as just try to maintain some consistency, get me into the habit of streaming, do stuff that most people aren't necessarily doing. A lot of people do variety casting, a lot of people do speedrunning, as AGDQ is demonstrating. A lot of people do esports. But there's not a lot of gaming shows out there, especially on Twitch. There's a few here and there. But really, I'm hoping to create a easy to digest news program. I'm going to hope to get a podcast setup type thing so that I can upload the audio of these. Eventually, I hope to have more graphics, better graphics. But really, like most things on Twitch, it is about the people watching. I can't do this without viewers, and so your feedback is definitely useful. You know, whether it's you need more graphics, you need more content. Obviously, these first few shows are going to be a learning experience. You know, I can talk about my time working at Blizzard. I can talk about my thoughts on game design. I can talk about where I feel video games are going. But it depends on what people want to hear. And so I definitely encourage you to reach out, to contact me about what you would like to hear, what sort of things interest you, so that I can make a better show for you. Again, you know, I talked about AGDQ. Maybe you don't care. I hope you do. It's an important charity. I know that a lot of people have loved ones that they've either lost to or are dealing with cancer. My father had a bout with cancer a couple years ago. My uncle's currently battling cancer right now. So, you know, it's definitely an important thing to support. World of Warcraft, I spent time working at Blizzard, so, you know, I care about that. You know, and 10 years for an MMO is a long time. And so that's a pretty significant milestone. You know, and there's some cool rewards if you sign in. So, again, I can't take a lot of feedback live from the show. It's not really designed for that. But leave comments on YouTube, shoot me Twitch messages, hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter is Framed Games. And I can definitely help tailor future shows more towards what you're looking for and not just rambling on. And again, like I said, lastly, game releases are something I want to do each Monday. Usually there will be more. Unfortunately, due to the season, game releases usually happen either before the holiday season because they want to make a bunch of money on the holiday releases, or they wait till later in the month or even February to give them a bit more time to put the polish on. So there's not a huge amount of game releases. I didn't see really any for consoles. There were a few on Steam, most of which are indie. I haven't played any of them, so this is just me relaying what's out there, not necessarily an endorsement of any of these particular games. The first one I saw is an indie game called Castle, which is apparently a puzzle / building simulation type game. Looked like there were a lot of positive reviews, however. Warhammer Quest is a strategy RPG game from the folks behind the Warhammer series. Warhammer has a long history. It was one of the inspirations for Warcraft. So there's a lot of value in that franchise. Whether or not Warhammer Quest is worth it, I couldn't say. There is Sword of Asumi, which is a visual novel / RPG out of Japan. Sort of an alternate universe where samurai didn't fall out of favor and continue to hold sway in, I believe, modern Japan. So that's kind of cool. And then Mechs and Mercs Black Talons, which apparently is an indie action strategy sim, which is kind of weird mashup there. Again, I'm just going through new releases, but hopefully there's stuff out there that you might want to check out. I'll try to have more games for you next week. But as far as the schedule goes, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the moment, starting at 5:15 Central. Seemed like a good time. Hopefully people are starting to get out of work. By the time this goes up on YouTube, most people will be out of work. It's supposed to be a short show, so hopefully I held your attention for a few minutes. Again, this is all about what you guys are looking for. Shoot me feedback. I'd love to hear it. Schedule may be subject to change if I have work conflicts. I am currently hunting for a job. I'm a full-time student. Need to make some additional money. There is not a lot of YouTube bucks to be had. So if there's a schedule change, I'll be sure to update everybody. But I certainly appreciate everybody who has turned in to the live stream, who hopefully watching on YouTube. If you enjoy the show, give me a follow. There will definitely be more. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep updating there. You can always follow me at Framed Games on Twitter, and I will update when I'm going live. And you know, if you enjoy it, let your friends know so that they can watch, and hopefully they'll tell friends, and we can move on from there. But again, first show, so this has been episode 1. A little rough, but hopefully things will get smoother moving forward. I appreciate everybody who came in for the show, and I hope you all have a great day.